There are some things a man should never reveal to a woman, no matter how close or comfortable he feels, not because of dishonesty, but because certain truths change how women see you forever. Relationships thrive on trust, but attraction thrives on mystery, confidence, and emotional control. When you overshare the wrong details, you risk destroying the image she has of you, the image that made her respect and desire you in the first place. The truth is, women are highly intuitive, and the moment they sense weakness in a man's words, they cannot unsee it. These so-called confessions may feel like honesty to you, but to her, they can appear as insecurity, desperation, or even lack of control. In this video, we will expose the 5 powerful secrets every man must keep to himself. If you reveal them, she'll never see you the same again. 1. Your deepest insecurities. Every man has insecurities, whether it is about money, looks, past failures, or even fears about the future. But here's the harsh truth. Women are naturally drawn to men who radiate confidence, strength, and certainty. When you openly confess your deepest insecurities, you might feel like you are being vulnerable, but in reality, you are tearing down the very frame that keeps her attracted to you. Women respect men who can acknowledge their struggles, but they lose respect when those struggles consume the man's identity. Imagine telling a woman you feel unattractive, broke, or unworthy. In her mind, she will instantly associate you with weakness, and once that seed is planted, it grows fast. Attraction is psychological. She wants to believe you are the rock she can lean on, not the man who is crumbling under his own doubts. Now, this does not mean you should fake perfection. Authenticity matters, but balance matters even more. Instead of confessing insecurities directly, work on them privately. Channel your energy into self-improvement. If you feel insecure about your financial state, build your income. If you are self-conscious about your appearance, get in the gym and sharpen your style. Taking action shows quiet strength without needing to dump your burdens on her shoulders. Here's the secret psychology. Women are more attracted to men who deal with their problems silently than men who talk endlessly about their fears. Why? Because silence signals resilience. It tells her you can face storms without panicking. If you constantly express self-doubt, she begins to see you as needy, and neediness suffocates attraction. Think of the strongest men in history. Warriors, leaders, stoics. They had insecurities, but they never made them the centerpiece of their relationships. They inspired women because they rose above those fears. You can do the same. Instead of saying, "I feel insecure about losing you," show her through your actions that you are a man who values himself, with or without her. That confidence makes her want to stay. The moment you reveal your deepest insecurities, you hand over the power of how she sees you. She may pity you, but pity never leads to passion. She may care for you, but she will not admire you the same way. And once admiration is gone, attraction begins to fade. So remember this. Your insecurities are not for her to fix. They are for you to conquer. Keep them private. Transform them into strengths, and let your growth speak louder than your confessions. That's how you remain the man she respects and the man she never stops desiring. 2. Your past failures with women. One of the most damaging mistakes a man can make is oversharing about his failures with women in the past. Whether it is telling her about the girl who rejected you, the ex who cheated on you, or the relationships that collapsed because you weren't good enough. This is a secret that should never leave your lips. Why? Because women judge you not only by who you are today, but also by the story you tell about yourself. If you frame your past as a history of loss, betrayal, or rejection, she will subconsciously see you as a man who could not win before, and if others did not value you, why should she? Attraction is competitive. Women are naturally drawn to men who seem in demand, who appear to be desired by others. If your stories reveal the opposite, you quietly chip away at her perception of your worth. Of course, every man has experienced heartbreak or rejection. It is part of life. But the difference lies in how you carry those experiences. A high-value man never gives a woman the impression that he was easily discarded, mistreated, or overlooked. He may have scars, but he wears them with dignity, never as confessions of weakness. By oversharing, you allow her mind to wander. If his ex cheated, maybe there was something lacking in him. If women kept rejecting him, maybe I should be cautious too. Without realizing it, you plant seeds of doubt that can grow into disinterest. Instead, you must present yourself as a man who has learned, grown, and risen stronger from every past chapter. When asked about your past, keep it short, respectful, and framed with maturity. For example, instead of saying, "My ex left me because I wasn't good enough," you could say, "That relationship taught me a lot about what I value in life and how I've grown as a man." This communicates strength and emotional maturity without lowering yourself in her eyes. Another trap men fall into is trying to gain sympathy through their failures. They believe vulnerability will make her nurture them, but in reality, it erodes her sense of security. Women want to feel they are stepping into the life of a man who is already strong, not one who is begging to be emotionally repaired. Sympathy may win you temporary comfort, but it kills long-term attraction. The truth is simple. Your past failures are not her business, and they do not need to be her burden. Keep those stories to yourself, reframe them into personal growth, and let her see the man you have become, not the man you once were. The less she knows about your losses, the more she will focus on your wins. And in relationships, perception is everything. 3. Your financial struggles. Money is one of the biggest tests of how a woman perceives a man. It is not because women are gold diggers, but because financial stability signals security, leadership, and capability. When a man openly admits his financial struggles to a woman, telling her he is broke, drowning in debt, or uncertain about his future, he risks damaging her trust in his ability to provide and protect. Let us be clear. A woman does not need you to be a millionaire. What she does need is the reassurance that you are a man moving forward, a man with direction, and a man who takes charge of his life. The moment you expose financial desperation, she cannot unsee it. She may comfort you, but deep inside, she begins to question, can I really build a life with him? Can he handle pressure? What happens if things get worse? These doubts quietly reduce her attraction and can make her keep her options open. This is not about hiding the truth forever. If you are building a long-term relationship, transparency will eventually matter. But timing is everything. Revealing financial struggles too early or too openly will only harm you. A woman wants to feel she has chosen a man of strength, not a man who needs rescuing. Oversharing creates the opposite impression. Here is the better path. Focus on solutions, not problems. Instead of confessing, "I am broke and do not know what to do," shift your narrative to, "I am working on something big right now, and it is going to pay off." This shows ambition, drive, and leadership, qualities that inspire respect and keep her attraction strong. Another critical point: women respect financial discretion. If you constantly complain about money, compare yourself to wealthier men, or blame your circumstances, you look powerless. But when you remain calm and composed, even in moments of financial struggle, you show resilience. That resilience is what women crave because it signals that no matter the storm, you will steer the ship. Even in marriage, many men destroy attraction by unloading their financial stress onto their wives. Instead of seeing him as the captain, she begins to see him as another passenger worrying about the waves. the respect fades, and once respect fades, so does desire. The lesson is this: your financial struggles are not for her to carry. They are your private battles, meant to sharpen you into a stronger, wiser, and more capable man. Work in silence, build in silence, and let your results speak. Women are more inspired by what you overcome than by what you complain about. Keep your financial burdens private. Focus on growth and maintain the aura of a man who is in control. That silence is not deception. It is discipline. And discipline is one of the most attractive qualities you can possess. 4. Your dark thoughts. Every man has dark thoughts, moments of fear, jealousy, anger, or even self-doubt that play in the mind. It is human. But here is where most men make a mistake. They believe sharing these unfiltered thoughts with a woman shows honesty and vulnerability, when in reality, it unsettles her and changes how she sees you. Women are drawn to men who carry calmness and stability. They want to feel safe in your presence, not shaken by the storms inside your head. If you reveal thoughts like, "I sometimes feel worthless," or "I am afraid every man you talk to is better than me," you are not building closeness. You are planting insecurity in her heart. She may not say it, but she begins to question your emotional strength. A man who cannot control his inner world will eventually lose control of his outer world, and this realization weakens her trust. Dark thoughts also extend to jealousy and obsession. Confessing that you constantly imagine losing her, or that you secretly compare yourself to other men, signals desperation. Instead of seeing you as her rock, she sees you as a man who is dependent on her validation. This dependence suffocates attraction. Women are inspired by men who can master their emotions, not men who are enslaved by them. Another mistake men make is revealing bitterness or anger from the past, ranting about ex-partners, family betrayals, or people who wronged them. To a woman, this does not show strength. It shows a man stuck in his wounds. A high-value man processes his emotions privately, heals himself, and emerges wiser. He does not unload that darkness onto her. This is not to say you must fake happiness or hide every emotion. Balance is key. You can share your ambitions, your values, and even your struggles in a way that communicates strength and growth. For example, instead of saying, "I feel jealous whenever you talk to other men," you can say, "I value loyalty and trust above everything, and I always give the same in return." This shifts the focus from weakness to principle. It shows leadership, not fragility. The truth is, women already sense when something troubles you, but the way you handle it determines how they see you. If you turn to panic and oversharing, you become unstable in her eyes. If you remain calm, work on yourself, and only reveal the lessons learned, you become more attractive because you show mastery over your own mind. Your dark thoughts are not for her to fix. They are for you to overcome. By keeping that battle private and transforming the darkness into discipline, you radiate a quiet strength that women deeply respect. In her eyes, you become the man who faces storms but never lets the storm define him. That mystery, that composure, and that inner control keep her attraction burning strong. 5. Your dependence on her. One of the fastest ways to destroy a woman's respect and attraction is by admitting or showing that your entire happiness depends on her. While it may sound romantic to say, "I cannot live without you," or "you are my whole world," in reality, it communicates desperation, emotional dependence, and a lack of self-sufficiency. At first, she might find it flattering, but over time, it becomes suffocating. Women do not want to feel like they are your only source of joy. They want to join a man who already has purpose, passion, and fulfillment in his life, and they want to enhance that, not become the sole foundation of it. When you reveal dependence, you shift from being her partner to being her project, and no woman wants to carry that burden forever. Dependence also creates imbalance in the relationship. If you constantly express that you need her approval, her presence, or her validation just to feel good about yourself, she will unconsciously pull away. Why? Because women are naturally drawn to men who display independence and control. If you lean on her too heavily, she begins to feel like the leader, and the dynamic flips. Attraction fades when she feels more powerful than you. Instead, your role as a man is to embody self-sufficiency. That does not mean being cold or distant, but it means having a life so rich in meaning that she becomes an addition, not your lifeline. Women want to feel chosen by a man who has options, who has goals, and who has standards, not by a man who clings because he fears being alone. There is another hidden danger. When you make her your entire source of happiness, you also give her total control over your emotions. If she pulls back, you collapse. If she is upset, you spiral. She loses respect because she realizes she has too much power, and ironically, the more power you give her, the less she values it. True strength lies in showing that you can love deeply while still standing firmly on your own 2 feet. A high-value man communicates devotion without dependence. He can say, "I love having you in my life," while also making it clear through his actions that his world does not fall apart if she is not around. This balance creates a magnetic pull because she feels both desired and respected, but never smothered. The secret is this: women fall hardest for men who choose them, not men who need them. When you show her that you are capable of thriving with or without her, she feels secure, cherished, and inspired to stay. But the moment you admit dependence, you weaken the bond. Love her? Yes. Value her? Absolutely. But never let her believe she is your only reason for existing. Your independence is what keeps her attraction alive. Attraction is not built on constant honesty about your weaknesses. It is built on respect, mystery, and strength. The 5 secrets we discussed are not about lying or playing games. They are about protecting the image that keeps her admiration alive. When you reveal your deepest insecurities, your past failures with women, your financial struggles, your darkest thoughts, or your dependence on her, you chip away at the frame that made her desire you in the first place. A woman wants a man who is open, yes, but also a man who shows control over himself. She wants to feel safe in your presence, inspired by your drive, and pulled in by your mystery. By keeping certain things private and working on them silently, you show her the strength of a leader, not the desperation of a follower. Remember, respect and attraction go hand in hand. If she loses respect, desire fades. But if she sees you as a man of composure, self-reliance, and vision, she will never stop admiring you. Protect your secrets, build your strength, and let your actions speak louder than your confessions. That is the key to being the man she never sees the same, but always desires.